Hello, my beautiful tea sippers, and welcome back to Celeb Tea Daily. Strap in because we have a story so wild, so over the top, so utterly Kardashian that it literally had the police on speed dial. We're talking about the party of the year, the decade, maybe even the century. Kris Jenner's 70th birthday bash. And while we all expected glamour, we didn't expect the Beverly Hills P.D. to become uninvited guests. That's right, the festivities were so explosive that the neighbors started calling the cops. So let's pop the lid on this boiling kettle of tea and dive deep into the scandalous, star-studded, and seriously noisy night that was Momager's milestone celebration. First, let's set the scene. We're not talking about some random event space. Oh no, this legendary party was held at the most expensive piece of real estate in all of Beverly Hills. The one, the only, the $165 million mega mansion of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. Imagine the opulence. Now, imagine that opulence being cranked up to 1,000 for a James Bond-themed extravaganza. We're talking tuxedos, gowns, martinis, shaken, not stirred, and hundreds of Hollywood's most iconic faces, all there to honor the queen of managing empires, Kris Jenner. And who was on this A-list guest list? Well, gather round because it's a who's who of power and fame. We had the royalty of media Oprah, the royalty of music, Mariah Carey and Adele, American royalty, try actual royalty with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry in the house. And let's not forget icons like Paris Hilton and the one and only Snoop Dogg. My dears, this wasn't just a party, it was a cultural reset. Every single person was dressed to the nines, looking like they just stepped off the set of a Bond film. But what happens when you get all that star power in one room? You get a disturbance in the force and in the quiet, wealthy hills of Beverly Hills. So, what was the first crack in the flawless facade? The noise. According to our sources, the music was so loud, so earth-shakingly intense, that it started echoing through the canyons, disturbing the peace of all those multi-million-dollar mansions nearby. And can you blame the neighbors? I mean, when your quiet evening is interrupted by what sounds like a full-blown concert, you're gonna do something about it. And so, the police were dispatched. But here's the kicker, the piece of tea that makes this so delicious. What was the source of this deafening, code-breaking noise? It wasn't just a DJ. Oh no. It was a live, private, and we're told absolutely electric performance by none other than Bruno Mars. That's right. Bruno Mars had the entire crowd of legends, from Oprah to Snoop, going absolutely nuts. Our sources say the energy was off the charts. So off the charts that when police arrived, they had to have a little chat with security and issue an official warning. Can you imagine? Cops rolling up to tell Bruno Mars and a room full of billionaires to keep it down? The audacity, the sheer drama. But wait, my tea sippers, the story doesn't end there. Just when you thought the drama had settled, it took an even weirder turn. Later in the night, as the party was winding down and dozens of celebs were preparing to make their grand exits, the police had to return.
Clear the road, please, so the car can get through. Got that side?
And why? Not for more noise. This time, it was over. Hedges. Fake hedges. That's right. In a move of ultimate secrecy and extravagance, the party planners had installed large, decorative fake hedges to block off the street outside the Bezos compound. A total privacy power move. But there was one tiny little problem. They didn't have a permit. So in the middle of the night, as A-listers were trying to slip into their fleets of blacked-out SUVs, the cops were there, forcing the removal of these illegal dividers. It was a scene straight out of a comedy. The most powerful people in the world held up by a hedge violation. You truly cannot make this up. So let's recap the night. Kris Jenner threw a Bond-themed party so legendary it featured a Bruno Mars concert that brought the cops, and then tried to block a public street with unpermitted shrubbery, which also brought the cops. It had glamour, it had power, it had royalty, and it had multiple police responses. It's the kind of over-the-top story that could only happen to the Kardashian-Jenner clan. A night of pure chaos wrapped in a bow of unparalleled luxury. What did you think of this wild tea? Let me know in the comments below. And if you loved this sip of scandal, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a drop of the juiciest celeb tea. Until next time, stay thirsty, my friends.
Better.